Here's our second segment of YotTok. So I am sitting here with a couple of mates. I am Dr. Chris, and to my left is
Robby Drone.
And to my right,
Captain Mike, you guys. Captain Mike.
We got Captain Mike, we got Robby Drone, and we are going to talk about today. This segment is about, entrepreneurship and how we got from here to there. So let's start with you. Since
well,
you are the most
this is going to take
subject.
up the rest of the show.
That's right. So it should. So just looking at your whole portfolio, yachting was not your first love. It was not your first endeavor. It was not your first, call to fame. So how did you get from there? And I'm gonna let you tell us to here.
Wow.
And you can leave out. Some of this.
I can't even fill this show without much, but I'm going to say it fast.
Right, in a Cliff Note version.
So I ran body shops for dealerships and private body shops as well. For my adult career, really, just even out of high school. What was crazy is I was going to college to be a civil engineer, and when I got done with that,
I was going to be a civil engineer.
were you really?
Are
you serious?
I swear.
I think that's cool.
My nephew's a civil engineer. He's in college right now for civil engineering.
So I noticed back in the day,
engineering is a great. Profession.
I was working in a body shop, going to school at night, and I found after I started researching stuff, the internet had just come out. I made more money in the body shop in 5 days than I could as a civil engineer in Augusta, Georgia, in a week. So I said, wait a minute. I need to keep up with this. So I gave up on it, and I just said, you know what, I'm going to do body shops. Time progresses, years and years and years.
So wait, let's just stop right there. Body shops.
Yeah.
So what does that mean? So that means, logging people, or you actually in the nuts and bolts
so I started
of body
off
shopping?
I went to, when I was doing a body shop, when I started, I was a detailer out of high school, washing cars.
Okay.
And then I just kept moving up and learning about how to do this and learning about how to do that. And the owner, we got into racing boats. Hence, here we are today. Racing boats is pretty dangerous. And after you get married and have kids, your wife always seems to go, yeah, you're not doing this anymore.
Right, because she wants you there for her and your children.
Right, and you get killed in one of them boats real fast, right?
But then let's stop right there. So how did you learn, where did the education for boat yachting or boat racing come in? You just grew up around it? Or?
Rusty Campbell.
Okay.
So, I love you, buddy. I know Jason's going to see it. Katie, somebody's going to see this, Rusty, but Rusty Campbell got me into it. So, Rusty Campbell owned STV, which a lot of you guys, if you're even watching,
and don't mistake it for STD,
right? Not STD. STV. Okay. A lot of you people watching this will probably know what STV is, especially if you're over there with Wally in the Augusta area. He just bought it. He owned Triad. Still does. But Rusty Campbell and Rourke Summerford owned STV. STV stands for Summerford Tunnel V's. Rourke Summerford was a designer for Earl Bent's at Stratus. That's where he got his start. But he was such a good designer. Rusty got him in, and they started making these tunnel boats, these race boats, right? And so when I was in high school, my dad used to say, all that Rusty has to do is throw a boat in front of you and you're happy. He was right. I wanted to be around those boats all the time. So that's how I got into the body shop, really, is because Rusty bought into the body shop. I followed the boat, just so happened, hey, I'll just clean cars if you want me to. Just let me run boats with you. And that's how it all started in the body shop business. So if we go forward from that, because then boat racing's gone, I still love boats and been running boats since I was young, right? Running body shops. I'm going to skip all the way to like where we're all interested. I found out that I could give people the best job, best product I could give them in fixing their car, right? They would always come back upset. Now, they might not be upset with me, but they're upset because Enterprise didn't extend their rental car. The insurance company didn't want to pay for this.
Correct.
But that's all on the telephone. Who's the guy they see? They got to walk into my shop.
They're going to take it out on you.
They're mad at me.
Correct.
I was running boats, and Robby and Tamara know, like I would take them out on bluefins when I had that. I still worked at the dealership managing the body shop. And I went to my wife and I said, hey, I got to quit. Like, everybody that comes in here is upset. And my goal, look, everybody, I understand we're not going to make $1 million doing this. I'm good with that. I just want to make people happy.
Correct.
Right? So one thing I found was that people are never upset getting off a boat.
Not usually.
They're always happy.
Usually.
So I said, look, can I just stop doing this and be a boat captain? She said, absolutely not. No.
Who said that?
Amy.
That wife.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I said, what we got to do? So we figured out what we had to do, and we got a credit advocate who doesn't really do this, but she's a friend of ours. And she said, I'm going to put you together a plan. You can have everything paid off 2.5 years.
Wow.
So I worked at the body shop. Tomorrow I can tell you some terrible stories. I'd go up there and always, Robby's wife, tell her stories. And I couldn't stand it. It was miserable. You're always chasing the number.
Because I think when I first met you, you were still at that body shop, and you were not a happy person.
No, but I would be happy with you if we were on that boat.
Correct. But you were not,
No.
if you were at work, you were not having a good day at all.
No, because everybody's mad. You're
and I never understood why you had a bad day. But
higher ups in the dealership, you throw them a good number, they want a bigger number next month.
Right.
So customers, they were never happy. So all I want to do is make people happy.
Correct.
So I had a buddy of mine who, Bartik, I love you, buddy. He helped me get started, and he turned me on to this one boat owner in Palm Beach. And he said, man, this guy wants you to be his captain. He's going to pay you this much money. If you think you can do it, let's do it. So I went to Palm Beach, and there we go.
So I think we kind of got ahead. But so you were the dealer, you were at the body shop, but then somewhere in between you had to become a captain, correct? Or how would that go down?
That's a whole nother show. But yes, so Bob Arnett, and you'll hear his name a lot on the show. Mm-hmm. He might not be here, but you'll hear it. Bob Arnett is like my brother. He was, and we were not supposed to like each other. I say, how are you predisposed not to like each other? Because I run a body shop and he's an insurance adjuster. We ain't supposed to like one another at all. But Bob and I did like each other. So one thing we had in common was boat. And so one day I said, you know what? I want to get a captain's license, just a little 6-pack license, just to validate what I knew that I knew, right? I just want to validate if I say...
validate your passion.
Right, what I knew. So I told Bob, and Bob goes, man, I've been wanting to do that, but I didn't want to do it by myself. Let's do it together. So me and him went to captain school at Sea School over here on Clements Ferry, and we passed, you know, but I'm that guy in captain school that, you know, the teacher goes, does everybody understand? And that one dude in your class goes, no, ma'am. And you're like, oh,
that would be me.
God.
I would be the same guy.
I'm that guy.
I would be completely, no.
And so my instructor, though, at the time, Don Parent, great guy, he had patience. And so he helped me through the course, and you have to take these tests, man. It's one of the most...
Not the easiest thing.
No.
Right.
When they said I passed my final test, I had to take it 3 times. They give you 3 shots. If you fail the third, you're out. I passed everything else but the rules of the road, right? And I failed the second time. And she said, no, I was 1 off. She said, listen to me. I want you to walk out of here and go eat lunch. Go do something. Get your head fresh and come back. I did that. I came back. When I gave her the little Scantron card, you know, she runs it through and she goes, congratulations, Captain.
Oh, wow.
I cried. I'm a grown man, and I cried.
It's an emotion. It's a feeling. So
it was unbelievable.
So it's validated.
It is. And so then Bob tried to tell me, you should get your master's. And I was like, I got a captain's license. I'm fine. Well, then he started telling me, I was a big fishing guy. All I wanted to do was catch fish out there. And Bob said, hey, man, you want to run this harbor tour? And I'm like, I wanted to be the big guy on the dock, you know, fishing guy. And I said, yeah, I'll do it with you. So him and I went out there and did it. We made a lot of money. I didn't burn no fuel. I didn't tear up the boat. We had a good time. And I went, uh-oh, he's on to something. So that's when I told fishing, I'm too old for that. So now that's how I got into motor yachts and like Dealmaker. So we're on Dealmaker today. If you guys want to ride on Dealmaker, let us know. I can get you on here. I know a guy. But anyway, now I'll run these big fishing boats, but even fishing charter boat owners in Charleston have contacted me and said, hey man, we want to do what you do because we're not making no money, right? So fishing charter, okay? The mate's getting paid, the captain's getting paid, the fuel dock's getting paid, the tackle shop is getting paid, the boat gets paid because you got to pay for the service on the engines. The boat owner goes, where's mine?
Right.
So they're starting to catch on to what I do is bringing all these people on a boat. We have stews. You guys know the drill.
Because you make it look effortlessly. You make it seem like it is seamlessly. You make it seem like it is you sell them the dream. You can sell it. You do that.
Let me go and give him this money I told him.
No, he did not. He did not pay me to say that, but he makes it, he will sell the dream.
You, buddy.
He makes it seem effortlessly and seamlessly. But, and I say this too, and I say this to everyone. If what you do is an easy, if it was that easy, then everybody would be doing it.
That's right.
So if it was that easy for you to get, you know, you're going to have to do a little work.
It's a lot of work.
Want the payoff.
Yeah.
And so the payoff is what you have, you're benefiting.
Right.
Now.
Yeah.
So but you put your time in on the other end.
Absolutely.
And did your homework.
Right. And what you see, like me and Robby will post videos together when he drones or he's on the boat or whatever. We edited that. You didn't see us struggling with fenders trying to get them up or making sure this is right, checking the oil in the engine room, making sure to cool. All that stuff.
That's the behind the scenes that you don't
work,
see.
Man, it's
work.
work.
It's work.
It's work.
What is a 6-pack license?
All right, so
is that like your abs, or is that like a
boy? That's my license to kill.
Is that like I more have a keg then.
All right, so first of all, because I know all you
They didn't want to have to give
right
their guests the code to get in,
so they would
at this
go
particular
tag
marina,
in the code. Just
these
pop
charters
the
that
gate
you
open.
see,
So
Robby
the
will spin
owners
you
of the
around and
marina
let you
say,
say,
like,
"Oh,
these
we'll
boats
stop
here."
this."
You don't hear it no more, do you? It'll go off as long as the door is open. So now one of these yacht owners have to go up there and shut the door to get the thing to go off. So that makes sure the things are locked. But anyway. Yeah, so 6-pack is this. So 6-pack is, you are what they call OUPV. And that is an operator of a private undocumented vessel. Okay? So that means I can have the smallest boat to the biggest boat. All I can put on this boat is 6 people.
Okay.
That's it. If you have more than 6, you're a legal charter. Okay?
That's workers and passengers.
No, paying.
Paying.
Okay. So like if I take a fishing charter out, I can have 6 dudes, but I can have 2 mates and me, which makes us 9. But paying wise, right? So then that's just uninspected vessels, right? But there's only few and far between those. And if you want to make that decision that I did to say, I'm leaving, Robby, you're going to get this decision real soon. Robby's retiring. Yeah. But anyway, if you want this, you kind of got to do what you said. So I have to go back to school now. So now I have to get a master's. And that's where doors start opening for you guys. When you take that course and you become a master, depending on how many boats you've ran and how big they are, decides your tonnage, all right? And I'm going to tell you something real cool. Excuse me, I got allergies. So something real cool. People go, I got a 25-ton master. I got a 50-ton master. I got a 100-ton master, right?
We're talking about the weight of the boat.
Oh, see, that's what I'm going to tell you right now. See?
Right.
So this is what this is. And it's 2024, y'all. And this is how Coast Guard still determines how big a vessel is.
Is that the weight of the boat plus the people?
Nope.
What do you
would
think,
never
Robby?
guess it. I'll tell you what.
Now let Robby guess.
I don't know. I mean, it's not the weight of the boat, not the weight of the boat and the people.
So I tell you what, you viewers, you log in, you text us your answer, and we will see if you're correct.
Yeah.
And he is going to tell us this right after
now.
the break.
Yeah, let's do that.
We'll be right back.
Yep.